Previously on Fly with the Guy. Why do I look up when planes are overhead? Like, you would think I'm used to it by now. I have officially hit 3 months. I officially get my travel benefits. Pull up on the one, the only.
Hey, freaking flyers. Malik said that he just woke up.
My body is rejecting me. Maybe it's just a sign I just need to stay.
I've been trying to make my wallet fold all day. Cashing in my dreams, big payout. Underneath my money tree, big shade.
Hey freaking flyers, welcome back to another video on the channel. I'm Brandon, I'm a guy who flies. Currently at Fort Lauderdale Airport. Leaving Fort Lauderdale Airport because I cannot get on a flight. My last option of a flight, let's just say I walked up to the door about 4 minutes too late and they had already shut. And when you see that plane pulling away, it's the worst feeling ever. Now I have to do something unconventional because I'm not getting from Fort Lauderdale or Miami to New York tonight. So I am going to have to go up to West Palm Beach, and it's the price you pay trying to go to work and be a commuter on a holiday weekend. Good news. Shout out to the animal plane holding me down. We have a seat. We're going to New York, so we're going to make it to work. Now, coming home on Saturday, that's going to be a whole nother story. But I didn't tell you all, today we're starting a 6-day trip. A 6-day swing is what we call it. It's like a W pattern. We're going back and forth from the US and Europe, back and forth for 6 days. First time doing this, so it should be interesting. And I'm going to try to condense it into one vlog, so you can see the gist of it in one vlog and not be like, come back for no part 2. I didn't tell you all, after my last trip, I actually, on the way home, went by the luggage store because I needed to get my bag repaired because I broke 2 wheels on that bag. So I have a little temporary situation going on. So this is one of my older carry-on bags. I am also bringing my turn bag because, you know, 6 days, but I didn't want to check a bag. So I decided to bring 2 smaller bags instead of checking the bag the whole trip. Food tote, which actually doesn't have any food in it. There's a pair. Cologne, water, and ice packs. I'm at my favorite spot to get food, right at the train station, and I'm gonna edit until I get ready to head in. I wonder if the boarding music can get me copyrighted, but nonetheless, we're on the aircraft. I am working for right, so I am in the aft galley again. I'm about to start getting all set up. They have some of the meals preloaded in the oven, but I need to send them up front because I don't need that many back here. So this is chicken. Those are chickens already loaded. And this is, I sent out 1 beef, and this beef I'm gonna keep back here for us to have extras. I think this is empty, and these are my specials. So I tell y'all about the specials all the time. Vegan, vegetarian, child, diabetic, and gluten-free. And I'm flying with my classmate, Alex. This flight was blocked at 8:45, but the pilot said that we will be doing it in 7 hours and 30 minutes tonight, so I love that for us. Y'all are brave if you're gonna sit back there with the way they drive.
Yeah, it's really cool. I'm gonna go.
You need a seatbelt and a harness. All right, welcome back to Rome. We are back at the Bridgerton Hotel. Let me show y'all this little bag setup. I made it work. So I got my food tote, which started out empty, but it's now full. And that's sitting on top of this bag. This bag is a 4-wheel spinner, rolled in like a regular spinner. The bag is just a 2-wheel, or I can lean it back. And this actually works. These 3 bags This is going to be our setup for the month of July with all of our long trip. Part of my little routine is always like hanging up everything right when I get in on a layover. But I also make sure I hit it with some of this like Febreze Fabric Fresh, because y'all know between like the commuting flight and then running across New York City, I just be feeling like it just be needing a little, you know, extra. And then I always hang up, there's not the shirt that I took off, but the shirt I'm putting on the next day, so that, I mean, I don't iron it again, but the wrinkles can start dropping. Belt and tie, I always just hang those with the jacket. That's just the way I've always done it. We're at that point, you know, in the trail of trips where the slam click one comes in because we need a rest. That's this layover. I'm gonna go ahead and work on editing the vlog, and I'm gonna try to sit here at the desk and do it, because I know if I take my laptop over there to the bed, I'm gonna fall asleep with the laptop in my lap. No action in Rome. No action in the city of Rome. Let's just say that. Good morning. It's day 3 of our 6-day stretch. Woke up in a panic, so I told y'all I was gonna sit here at the desk and edit. I started doing that. I also started dozing off. Like, I caught myself asleep like 3 times. I sat in the bed and propped myself up, and then I fell asleep. Until this morning, or this afternoon. I still don't quite know what time it is, but I woke up, cell phone battery gone. The phone is dead. So then I'm like, oh my God, what time is it? Because I'm slightly panicking. The laptop says that it is 1:26. Now I'm freaking out because my laptop is still on East Coast time. So I'm like, oh my God, we're 6 hours ahead. So if it's 1:26, that means it's 7:26. And the van time was 4:30. So that means I don't overslept for the van. I'm running to put my cell phone on the charger. I'm looking all around this room. I'm looking down in the parking lot, and I like see people like walking. And I'm like, are they checking in? Are they checking out? What time of day is it? I don't know. It's 7:30 in the morning. So the laptop is still on East Coast time. The laptop said 1, not 13. 1 a.m. at home. It's 7 a.m. here. We're safe. Hey freaking flyers, so we are dressed, headed to the airport. One flight to base from Rome to JFK, and this is day 3 of our 6-day trip, so much more to come. Let's go to work.
I got feelings for you. Hope you might love in the crew. How many bodies you got? Pray it ain't more than a few. Know that you dealt with some lames when you was young and in school. You had to pop your chair, but I got it wet like a pool. She got a new G-Wag. She wanna hit highlight room and show it out.
To the back we go. I love when I don't have to switch positions.
Honestly. I like a 3-door. I like being the floater.
Floater, yeah.
I really do.
I don't mind 3 until like we're sitting on the taxiway waiting.
Yeah.
And you can't move. Like the last time we boarded and we sat for an hour after boarding.
Got a new body, girl, show it out. It's a Brazilian, I know it's out. Toned up and she got a 6-pack.
Hello you all. So welcome to New York. I have a layover in base, a domicile layover, because the company has to be going right back out tomorrow. Typically we have to be off for like a full day after our trips, but this is built as one big trip, so the per diem clock is still running, which I love that for me. The flight back here, no one opposed to me working aft galley again, so I did the same position that I worked coming out here, which I don't mind not switching. I prefer not to switch. The flight was good. We worked really well as a team. We were, I would say, maybe like halfway through our dinner service, and we had like an extreme medical. Everyone has been trained, and the moment that the medical happens, everyone just snaps into their particular roles. So I was on the meal cart, and when it happened, a passenger just jumped out. She was like, we need a doctor, we need a doctor. Another flight attendant, he was on the meal cart, aircraft left. He shot across to aircraft right to the other aisle. Another flight attendant who was on the beverage cart, but he was stuck. He was doing like this to me. So I got on the PA, I paid for medical assistance, I called our senior. And then I was on the meal cart on aircraft right, but because the flight attendant from aircraft left was the first person on the scene, so he was the first aider, I was like, well, can't but so many people solve an issue. So I was like, well, let me stay back and continue dinner service. I would say about half of the economy flight attendants went to go attend to the medical, and the other half of us just kind of worked together to like jump on it and finish the dinner service. It got really bad for a minute, and they were talking about us possibly having to divert to like London Gatwick. No. We were able to continue to New York, and we landed, and then JFK was being JFK, so we had to wait a while. They wanted to meet downstairs at 30 minutes to go out. We ran into a bunch of other crews, Paris crew, Oslo crew, and people know people, and it was like, come out, it's the 4th of July. I don't personally care about the 4th of July, but I'll take advantage of a good time. Kind of nice landing in New York and seeing all the fireworks. We have a 10 o'clock van tomorrow night. Like I said, I think I'm about to go out with the crew. I can't get too crazy because I do have to tutor, so that's the plan, that's the goal. Because I'm like, what? It's literally you posing for a picture for me. I don't know who I thought I was going out, but it is 5 o'clock in the morning, and I've made it back to the hotel room. We went from one bar with like 12 of our crew members to, we left there, we went to another bar, then to another bar. Somehow we ended up on the boardwalk, which led us to the beach, which led us to just getting back to the hotel room. But we had a good night. I would say good night, but the sun is already coming up. Like, I got the blackout drapes closed, but the sun is halfway up, okay? So, good day. Good morning, you all. Oof. Day 4 of our 6-day trip. So, you know those moments where you wake up and you don't quite remember what happened the previous night, but you know you had a good time? I'm about to get ready. I have a tutoring session in about 20 minutes. I believe this hotel has a rooftop. I don't know if it's like a rooftop like bar lounge or like a rooftop pool or what, but we're gonna explore a little bit and find out what there is to get into. Alright, you all, so it's a little bit later. Tutoring session is over. I took another nap because exhausted. Then I just went downstairs and heated up this breakfast sandwich that I had. Bacon, egg, and cheese on the ciabatta, and also ignore the messy room. But what's gonna make it better is this Tabasco that I took from Chipotle when I was hanging out with Wiz that has brownie. Look at all the brownie mix. That means it's brownie mix all in my bag. Okay, I'm gonna put this Tabasco sauce on my breakfast sandwich. I'm gonna clean out that bag and we're gonna get outside for real. At some point, y'all, I'm gonna go outside. It looks nice outside. I'm gonna join the outside people. Just give me a minute. You can be on the streets on a day like this, it be like summer. So I finally made my way out. I wanted to go out the back so I could be on the boardwalk, but I guess I'll just take the boardwalk back. I needed to go to Dollar Tree for some few things, but there's like not a single Dollar Tree in Long Beach, at least the area that I'm in. There was like a 99-cent store that popped up, and so I'm gonna go see if that has what I'm looking for. The other purpose is that it's like a 17-minute walk, and hopefully tire myself out some so that I can go back, have dinner, take a nap, and then get up around 9 and start getting ready for work. So I'm just walking, and I just stumbled right on across the bar that we were at last night. You know, crew safety, it's just bigger than just like your own oneself. Since I have like this little internet presence or whatever, I try to be mindful about like not showing some of the places that we go to if I know there are places that crews frequent. It's a fine line between personal safety but also like supporting the businesses and sharing places where you have really good service. We got the goods. Definitely picked up more than I intended to pick up. It was a small business and there was like a $10 minimum per card. Like nobody carries cash. But this is why you should carry a little bit of cash, because when you only intend to spend $3 and they're like $10 minimum, and I was just about to be like, forget it and walk out. But I was like, I'm sure I can find something else, you know, consumerism or whatever. Oh, they got a garden. It's a nice garden. Look at that garden. I recognize some of those plants. Cue a little walk back to the hotel montage. So we have about 16 minutes before we need to be downstairs for the van. So we are almost there. Oh my goodness, did this leak? Y'all, we gotta do a whole lot of regrouping after this trip. I'm running out of toiletries like one thing at a time. I have to get back into like the full swing of flying because I used to like, that's not 15 minutes before long. I used to have like a whole system of like checklists to like make sure that like stuff that stayed in my flight attendant bag was like always set. When I get home, I don't be thinking about it. And I don't unpack it. Yeah, I gotta do better about that because the changing in the water from all these places is not treating me well. Whatever's in the water, how hard the water is, how soft the water is, so I'm gonna have to do something about that. Just the one flight back, you all. Not the one flight back, what am I talking about? I'm in base right now. Tonight we are working JFK to Paris. Sorry y'all, I was having, you know, a personal summer. All right, that's it, that's all. This has been a great layover and I will get to come back here and do this a little bit more.
I got feelings for you. Hope you ain't loving the crew. How many bodies you got? Pray it ain't more than a few. Know that you dealt with some lames when you was young and in school. You had to pop your chair, but I got it wet like a pool. She got a new G-Wag, she wanna hit highlight room and show it out. Got a new body, girl, show it out. It's a Brazilian, I know it's out. Toned up and she got a six-pack. Look like she used to play volleyball. American Express, you can have it all. Cold to the safe, you can have it all. Fuck your main page, what's your feelings, though? I wanna know the real.
Alright you all, so we have made it to Paris. Not at the hotel yet. We are at Marks and Spencer's. The crew is grabbing food and salad and this and that. And for once y'all, I'm not buying anything. There's a crew duty free that is small, but they have a better discount than regular duty free that somebody wants to go run by. And then we're gonna make our way to the hotel. It was a really good flight, full flight of course. Paris is always full. And I worked in mid-galley. I spent a lot of time with a new hire who's on her familiarization flight, passing off the wisdom that has been passed off to me. Alright, so our little shopping excursion is over and done. Would you guess who has the last room on the floor? But it's my birthday, 119. I was hoping for a corner room. I mean, it is a corner room, but not a corner room. Back at the Paris hotel. One of my pickups from the not 99-cent store. on. So a few hours later, I just woke up from a nap. I did not intend to take a nap at all. The crew was like, let's meet downstairs at like 5 or 6 and hang out and have wine. And I was like, okay, sounds great. 6 hours later, I'm like, ooh, it's almost 10 o'clock at night, but it's still bright outside. But I did get up and get dressed, and I turned the lights on because I don't need to sleep anymore. I have some chicken, rice, and veggies that I want to go downstairs and heat up for dinner. And yeah, I think I might just like hang out for a bit, not in the room. Crossing the pond back and forth is not for the weak at all. So I am definitely building my long haul endurance on this trip. So it's good to know what to expect because I have 2 more of these later on this month. So pray for your boy.
Sens descente.
Hey freaking flyers, good afternoon. It is day 6. I can't show 6 on one hand. It's day 6 of our trip. 1 flight home, and I'm gonna go ahead and list for my commuter flight, and that's gonna be that. It's gonna be a little bit of a journey because traveling to Miami or to Florida in general on a Saturday is already a headache. And on top of that, I just remembered my car is in West Palm Beach, so I gotta get to West Palm Beach. Wish me luck. Why did I see all this stuff down here and think I have been put out of my room? Muy poquito.
Muy poquito, medio comprendo. Oh, sí, je
Yeah.
viens. It's okay.
At 6.
It's okay.
Okay. Not me butchering my way through Spanish, English, French conversation because what? When you first started talking to me, I was like, life of an international flight attendant. You can't expect everybody to speak your language or accommodate you because you don't speak the language of the destination. Hey, Working Flyer. So I'm currently at Fort Lauderdale Airport, and I'm reminded that I did not close out the previous vlog. So apologies if I sound kind of congested. I am getting over being sick. I got really, really sick towards the end of this trip, which it was a nightmare. But we worked the flight back. I got back to JFK. That was all good. My car was in West Palm Beach, so I had to go to Atlantic City to be able to get to West Palm Beach. And then once I got to West Palm Beach, I was able to drive the hour back down to Miami. So that is over and done. Hopefully I never have to do that again because that was just unnecessarily difficult. I am currently back at the airport because I'm headed home to Virginia for a few days since the last trip, which ended on Friday. I'm off for 11 days straight. Well, I have some reserve days in there, hoping I don't get called, but I'm going to enjoy these 11 days off. That's it, that's all. Thank you all for making it to the end of what I thought was going to be a short, but turned out to be a rather long vlog. I'm Brandon, I'm a guy who flies, and I will see you all the next time.
No ridiculous.